What is going on, everybody? Are you excited? I'm excited. We are here. We are here at the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast, and I mean only. That's not usually where I say it. I just changed it up today. The only podcast that always, and I mean always, and it's the classic, as Casey would say, or as I would say, or anyone would say it, because it's true. It's true. Um, you sound like Kurt Angle. It's true. Anyway, let's get down to business. We got Bell to Bell, formerly known as Slammiversary Part 2, formerly known as what Slammiversary should have been. Yep. That's how I feel. I thought Slammiversary was pretty good, but this should have been Slammiversary personally for me. And one thing before we get to the review that I noticed tonight, Kurt Angle does not rep his own merch. Doesn't even rep his own merch because of Destination America. You see, if you guys noticed, and he's been wearing a couple for the last couple of weeks, he wears a Destination America jacket. I just think that's ironic that TNA doesn't feature him in the title match against EC3 on Slammiversary, but they just happen to feature it the next week on Destination America, and Kurt Angle just happens to be, wearing a Destination America jacket. Destination America is calling a lot of the shots. As we know, TNA is struggling to keep their TV deal with Destination America. So that kind of, for those of you who are mad at TNA for not putting their world title on the card, there you go. Destination America is calling a ton of shots. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I just feel like Destination America has to be calling a lot of shots for, with TNA being in jeopardy of losing their TV deal around the September point. What are you guys' thoughts about that? I'll start with Rabbit Jones.
Well, me personally, the record deal, the TV deal thing, I don't know, man. I don't really get into the TV deal stuff because if it's on TV, I'm good there. You know what I'm saying? I'm good until the close. Because I watched the thing all the way up. I watched WCW all the way to the last day, not even knowing it was about to be, you know what I'm saying, Vince McMahon show. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't really get into if somebody going to be here or not, the show going to be here or not. I mean, if it's on TV, it's on TV. I just watch it, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. As far as Destination America. I mean, the channel itself is American channel. I mean, that's their whole thing about their channel. And he a gold medal winner, so I mean, it's a no-brainer though. You know what I'm saying? He got to be featured some kind of way. I mean, he's a gold medal winner, and he won it with a broken neck. I mean, goddamn. I mean, the channel is American channel. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer though. He has to be featured some kind of way.
That's Kurt Angle is the guy. Like Kurt Angle is the guy they look up to the most on the TNA roster. I've heard it multiple times. So it does make sense. Casey, you got any thoughts on that before we get into the review?
I mean, as far as Destination America goes, I just don't think, for one, I don't think they're used to having a wrestling show. They don't know the format. They don't know how it goes. Like, channels like USA, they know how to do, how to promote wrestling shows and how to have their wrestling shows on their station because they've had WWE for so long, and other stations like that, Sci-Fi, whatever. But I think they just, and I don't know if it's fully Destination America's fault or if it's TNA too, but they keep showing us next week's episode because it is recorded in advance, and they keep ruining the next week's episodes all the time. And like I said, I don't know if that is Destination America doing that or if that's TNA. I doubt it would be TNA because obviously they don't want people the show to be ruined and then people not tune in. But that's kind of the issue, is why the ratings are dropping so much, because we already pretty much know what's going to happen next week. We don't have to go onto the dirt sheets. We just watch the preview from next week. And I thought they actually did that tonight because they did the Kurt Angle Who's Next.
They did.
So I was like, oh, so does he still have the title now? Like, because they did that in past matches, and I was like, it ruins the whole show.
Yeah, but I mean, most shows that come on. You're right though. They did a little sneak preview thing, but most shows you watch on TV give you what you get next week before it go off. I mean, that's on every show you watch. So when you look at wrestling shows, you got that they know they to the people, to the stations, they ain't nothing but another program to them. You know what I'm saying? To us, it's wrestling. To them, it's just another program. You know what I'm saying? Whether they can cut off or keep on, they ain't tripping off. To us, it's wrestling. To them, it's just another program that they can get rid of at any time. That's with most stations.
I personally, I personally kind of think it's weird that more stations aren't trying to get wrestling on their network. The reason I say this is, regardless of what the outside of the wrestling fan base thinks of it, there's still over 1 million viewers in the wrestling fan base that watch wrestling on a weekly basis. If you look at Raw, I mean, they probably get more than that. Even TNA to a certain degree.
Well, I mean, and also you have to look at it. I think wrestling right now is, on an uphill. It's going up right now. Just look at all the promotions that are getting bigger now, or are still getting bigger. Obviously, we have WWE, we have TNA. WWE has NXT, which is kind of bringing them to the front again. We're getting more people excited about wrestling again. Ring of Honor is getting bigger. PWG is getting bigger. All these more indie shows are getting bigger because people are sick of the crap that we get on Raw and SmackDown. So they're looking for other avenues of professional wrestling. So I think a lot of it is getting bigger. So I could see more channels maybe picking up. I mean, it shows right now. I finally am able to watch Ring of Honor on a weekly basis now because it's on Destination America too. So it's a good thing. I just think professional wrestling in the past 10, 15 years has at some points has gotten bad reps just with, I'm going to say the name. WWE doesn't want me to say the name, but I'm going to say the name. Chris Benoit, that's what people think. People automatically think wrestling, steroids, roid rage, big jacked guys that aren't educated, whatever. That's what they think, and we just have to get out of that stereotype, and then more channels will think, okay, this is a good show. This is something that I want on my station, because people are going to tune in, and then they're going to see other shows, and then, it's just something we're going to have to wait on, But I think it is getting more popular, especially with newer fans coming in and seeing guys like, Sami Zayn, and even the newer guys in, Ring of Honor, TNA, NXT,
To me, I think WWE, I think they hoard channels for real. They hoard channels and wrestlers for real. Because some of the can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, keep going.
All right. Some of the channels, I mean, WWE has so many channels and so many programs that some of that stuff they don't even use, man. They just hoarding stuff, man. They hoard wrestlers. They pick up legends. I mean, if you're a wrestler out there, WWE pick you up, man. You know what I'm saying? They hoard everybody. It's like you can't get no new talent. They got them somewhere stored in a closet somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like they pick up wrestlers for no reason, just so TNA can't get them on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or they pick up channels and just throw stuff on it, just as long as no other. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they hoarding channels and wrestlers, man, for no reason, and legends.
Yeah, but WWE, I mean, is the big dog, so to speak. That's where everyone wants to get, regardless. Even if you don't know anything about wrestling, WWE. And that's probably why. And it's so much easier for WWE to throw tons of programming elsewhere. It's so easy for them just because they are what you would say called a big dog.
Yeah, but you can be the big dog, but you gotta put on some good programming too. I mean, I don't really watch WWE no more, but you two do, right? So I want to ask you two. I want your honest opinion for the first 6 months of this year between TNA, WWE. I say Ring of Honor. Who put the best program on every week?
I'm gonna have to go on a technicality here. I would say it's a tie between Ring of Honor and NXT. Because if you just watched NXT and you had no idea it had anything to do with WWE, you wouldn't even know it. Because it is such a different...
That's disqualification right there for me. I'm going to tell you why. Because if that's the case, I mean, you have to throw in things like OVW, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go into a training facility, even though they put the cameras on it, it's the same as you being trained and being chef. When you go to school, it's going to be a kitchen you're working, you know what I'm saying? They been trained to be wrestlers. So they have a camera on it so you can see it, but they been trained out there. The refs training them. They come out to the curtain, everybody in their ear. I mean, they're not doing anything on their own, you know what I'm saying? Once they get to the ring, you got the announcers telling them what to do. So it ain't like it's like a TNA or the main roster in WWE, where you're on your own. Really, WWE, you're not on your own. They handcuff you in there too. But shows like TNA, they let the wrestlers do whatever they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You won't sink or swim on your own. But when you say NXT, that's kind of you can't put them in the same realm as TNA or WWE main roster because it's training going on there. You know what I'm saying? That's not even fair to people that been on TV for multiple years wrestling at a top level to even compare them with somebody that's being trained. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I mean, I understand that, but I mean, if you look at the top guy in WWE, John Cena, 5 moves of doom. Even with them being trained, they're still, 10 times better than him. They know, hundreds of moves more than him. They can, put a match together way better than him. All he has is his merch. The kids love him. The kids don't even really love him anymore. I've met tons of kids who are even sick of John Cena. But I mean, like I said, I understand that it is training, it is whatever. But I mean, they still have to put on a great show because they could still be let go from WWE developmental. They're still going out there and they're still trying to put on the best show they can because they want to impress the higher ups in WWE and they want to get to the main roster and change what we've had on the main roster. So I still kind of put them on the same level as TNA.
You think that's fair? All right, let's take one person like QI. This man been on TV over 10 years, weekly. Right? Every week on TV with the mic in his hand. There's no way you compare somebody that's being trained in NXT to somebody been on national TV for multiple years. You don't have one on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
he got the opportunity. He ran with it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not, but when you say they not on their own, they're not able to make. You understand what I'm saying? They told the whole time, the whole time they're being coached. That's why they bring people and stuff like that. Training people that have the roster. That's what he did for training.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I would put nothing against EY. I would put Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, all on the same level as him. Yes, they haven't been on TV nationally for years, but they've been in wrestling. They've been all over the world. They've trained, they've competed everywhere that, he has in the indies, So there's you can't say that they're not as good as him. You can't say that they're not as entertaining as him, I'm
going to tell you why you say because national TV is the big money. That's where you get your That's how you become a superstar. National TV. I mean, everybody wrestle all over the country. Everybody can wrestle. It's when you get the TV on the spotlight on you, can you perform? And when you being trained, you're not ready. That's why you being trained. That's why you're not on the main roster. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you in NXT, because you need help somewhere. And if you can't talk on the mic, and if you can't stop somebody from being hurt in the ring, you're a liability. So it might look good, all the moves you doing, flying around and all that, but they can't put you on national TV if you gonna get somebody hurt. They can't put you on national TV if you can't talk on the mic. It's just that simple.
See, I see what you mean, Rabbit. I see what you mean. But then again, when you look at NXT compared to the main roster, NXT is the next step to the main roster. If you look at Kevin Owens, for example, Kevin Owens is on the main roster doing his thing. Mic-wise, in the ring-wise, doing much better than probably a lot of the people that's on the main roster. But you still look at it, he's still in NXT too. So my thing is, like, I understand that, yeah, it's a developmental, but doesn't that say a little bit about your product as far as the main roster is concerned? When a developmental, yeah, they may be getting told more so than, we may think, but doesn't that make your main roster look really bad when your developmental system is much better to watch, for me personally, than your main roster?
I mean, the show itself might be more entertaining to you. You understand what I'm saying? This NXT show might be more entertaining to you than the WWE SmackDown or the other show, Raw. But that don't make the wrestlers ready for prime time. You understand what I'm saying? It's a big difference to be on national TV, especially Raw. When you talking about more than 4 million people eyes on you, you can't make mistakes out there like that. You can make mistakes in NXT. You know what I'm saying? You can make mistakes in OVW. That's why you there. But once you get on like TNA, once the light hit, you on your own. It's nobody tell you anything. You on your own. They even show people coming through the ring as they going to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Or from the back. It's straight. You on your own. You on your own with the mic. You on your own in the ring. You swing, you simmer, you stand or tall. You stand or fall on your own. You know what I'm saying? That's when you become a professional wrestler, man. Like EC3, he went the ranks. He ready. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ready at first.
For your question though, I would say, I mean, it's tough because I think Ring of Honor consistently puts on ridiculously good shows, but I also feel like TNA does a good job and doesn't always get the credit for it, because Ring of Honor has a rabid fan base. Ring of Honor has a rabid fan base, but with TNA, they don't have that rabid fan base every single week that comes out to watch them. And I think, I would say TNA puts on some of the best shows I've seen, especially over the longest stretch that I've seen them since they left Spike TV. And a little bit before that, they were putting on really good shows. But this debate is definitely something for another video, because I don't want to stuff this video with debate about this. This would definitely be another debate for another time. So, because that was about 20 minutes. Which I love. I mean, I love the improvisation from both of you guys. I don't know if that was a word. I don't even know. I'm gonna act like it was, and we're gonna keep going. But we started out the show with a video package on Kurt Angle and EC3, kind of a compare and contrast video, which I liked. Kind of showing who all they beaten, where all they come from, and stuff like that. I was definitely a fan of this. It honestly, like Rabbit said, with EC3's development, in NXT and then coming to TNA, I kind of wish, TNA kind of had the rights to some of his NXT footage, just because, he has came from so far. You look at him in NXT compared to what he is now. I don't know, but any thoughts on this video package? It wasn't anything too serious. Just got you kind of ready for the show, I guess you could say. Kind of ready for the main event more so.
Hype video.
Yeah, nothing, it was a good video, but nothing really to put any notes down about.
Yeah. All right, so next we got the BDC versus the Rising. The loser must disband. Definitely a match I was looking forward to. freaking Justin. I was talking to Justin. If you don't know Justin, oh Juggernaut 097, probably gonna end up watching this anyway. He told me the result of this match before I got a chance to watch it, which he likes to do a lot of times. And it actually really surprised me when I actually thought about it. But first off, the BDC comes out and I'm like, what are they wearing? Um,
Yeah.
because I don't know what that was. That mask, they need to do something about that. Like I like but I do like the gang kind of mentality that the BDC, they show. But this match, starts with blows. But Galloway, he gets fired up, he gets it going. MVP's like, nah, but time out. Let's just take some time. I need a second. But low key trying to throw chops with Galloway, but Galloway just throwing them much better. Just the sound of him, I was like, ow, can you stop, please? But Kenny King takes control of Micah, kind of leaving him isolated, leaving him cornered. We get a nice holding springboard round kick. But, we got like a springboard round kick that was kind of that could have been shifted a little bit more. And this is kind of the difference between Ring of Honor and TNA. As much as I love TNA, Ring of Honor, they would have did that round kick, and he would have did the suplex after that, which I wish he would have did because he was in the perfect position to do it, where he was like holding him by his arms. I think it would have been a perfect thing to do there. But low key locks into the abdominal stretch, which I love. A submission hold you don't see anymore, and I'm like, can we get this a little bit more? For some reason, I like that submission hold. But then he's hit with a huge back body drop. He almost like went away from, like he was like not in the frame at that point. Um, but Drake comes in and he's fiery. He is hot. He is coming in. That's kind of the first sign of life we get for the Rising here since the very, very, very beginning. A nice Kurt Angle-esque suplex there, you know, running up to the top turnbuckle. I think even the commentators caught on that. Drake does hurt his knee, and the ref called for him to be taken out. I'm pretty sure Michael was already eliminated here by that round kick from earlier. So it was, BDC had all four of their members going up against just Drew Galloway at this point. King is caught by the round kick. They're going for that similar move that took out Micah earlier. And then he's rolled up by Drew Galloway, who does end up eliminating him. Galloway then covers Kenny King, who was hit by that round kick to eliminate him. Key tries to, pull Galloway out, but he gets hit with a shoulder breaker on the steps. I was like, ow. You don't see many like shoulder breakers or anything, but I like how he used his steps. I thought it looked pretty painful. And then we get the border toss on Galloway, playmaker by MVP. Galloway does, try to keep fighting. MVP's like, stay down. But Galloway continues to fight. He's eventually hit by the drive-by kick for the win. So the Rising must disband, which I don't think is a horrible thing. But I came into this match knowing the Rising was going to win. Like I was like, the Rising is definitely going to win this match. I was like, obviously, I feel like the BDC's been around for longer. I was like, the Rising's gonna win this match. But I was like, this is not a bad thing for them to disband because there's so much talent within the Rising. You got Galloway who can stand stand on his own. He's got so much experience and really kind of so much unused experience. You got Micah and Eli Drake who are good within themselves as well. You guys got any thoughts on this match?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you just go first because he's got to unmute his mic. So,
First of all, I love MVP mic work, man. His mic work be precise, crisp, botchless, and another one to have mic work that you gotta really listen to because there's a lot of details in what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So I like MVP because he deep what he talking about, man. I like him, and he jumps out there real with certain things that's in society right now. And he jumps out there with some of those things. I like that. That's good promo work. But then I love BDC because, man, low key. Oh man, he's a beast, man, a monster, an animal. When he be coming off the top of the rope and be kicking, and then he do the stomps. Man, he's a monster, Slim. And him and Kenny King, man, I think the BDC is put together just for Kenny King to blow him up, for real. Because it's his time. I think right now, Kenny King should be sniffing that heavyweight title. Since EC3 got the belt, it's a lot of people should be in the picture now. A lot of people. And I think Kenny King is one of those people. Drew Galloway is one of those people. What are you talking about? This Brown was 6'5". In a Slammiversary, he come off the top of a cage front somersault, man. 6'5". I'm looking at him like, first he on top of the cage, then I'm not thinking he about to flip off it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, is he serious? I mean, he took a big risk coming off the top of there, man. And I like that, man.
That JB splash. You remember that JB splash? I thought he was going to go ahead and.
I'm thinking he's gonna do some simple stuff, man. Yeah, he flipped around. I was like, dang, he's 6'5" doing that too, man. That's nasty. And then I already like his ring work when he be doing the flying leg drop and all that. So I think Galloway, he's nice. He should be sniffing that title too. Him, Kenny King, but I think the Rising should have been disbanded because you got the two on the side. What's his name, Micah, and what's his name, Drake, Eli Drake. Micah, I don't think Micah's ready. To be honest with you, Wrestling Rise, he ready, but he not ready on the mic. He not ready for prime time yet. So I think, to be honest with you, I thought they should have broke up, but he should have switched sides and been with the BDC for real. But this is a good idea. This way you have the tag team of Eli Drake or Micah, or you got Drew Galloway solo, which is better anyway. So I think I like the BDC. I love this match, and I'm glad the BDC went over.
Yeah. As far as this match, coming into it, I was really unsure because, before Hernandez joined the BDC, I was like, all right, if anything, the BDC will disband before the Rising. The Rising will finally take them out. They were, kind of losing members there for a while when Joe left TNA, but then again, I was like, okay, Hernandez joined, maybe they'll keep them together. But I was thinking, why would they disband the Rising? The Rising, pretty much not that long ago just started, they're still real popular. Everyone likes them. They got some good, merch that they can sell on the website. So I was really surprised that the BDC won. I really wasn't sure either way. I really like this feud, and I was sad that it ended this way because I feel like we haven't had a really big kind of faction versus faction feud in a while. We've had people trying to fight factions, like people were trying to fight the BDC for a while before the Rising came. But we haven't had a big, faction versus faction kind of feud in a while, and I liked it. It was refreshing. But when the when the BDC won, I was just kind of confused. I think I like Micah and Eli Drake. I think they're good in the ring. They're definitely good. Eli Drake is definitely good on the mic too. But I think they could have, kept them together with Drew for a while because we kind of know Drew more, from his days in WWE. So we're kind of used to him. So I feel like having those guys team together would help them out a little bit more. Just learning from him, getting the fans over, getting them over with the fans more. I just don't think disbanding was really a good idea. I think they could have kept this going even more because I don't really know what else they're doing with the BDC besides the feud with the Rising. I'm just not sure what they're going to do with them after this. But either way, I'm excited to see what they do with all these guys anyway.
And with the news that Low Key is leaving soon, that's why I thought the BDC was done too, because Low Key was leaving soon. And I think with the next, the next backstage segment with him being out, kind of being, with Homicide, they said they're going to celebrate at the hospital. Maybe that's the clue that he's gone, because I know, we've been hearing the news that Low Key is gone with TNA. So maybe that's why I thought the BDC would disband. was because Low Ki would leave and it would kind of be like a demolishing factor. But next we get Magnus. He's in the ring. They said basically some things we've already heard about Storm multiple times. He welcomes back Mickie James. She talks about her appreciation for what he's done for her. Um, and I was like, but didn't he lose though? Didn't he get beat at the thing? I love how they didn't acknowledge that though. They didn't acknowledge that he got beat at Slammiversary. I was like, but didn't he get beat though? Anyway, she starts to talk about Storm and he comes out with Koya, which I liked. We haven't seen a lot of Koya. I want to see more of Koya in the ring, especially because we haven't seen a lot of him. I don't know if they're really trying to train him right now, and that's why we're not seeing a lot of him. But I want to see more of him. That was obviously yeah.
His name is not Koya, and I'm not.
Was he about to throw out the Jinder Mahal just now? But yeah, he said why don't you thank me? He says Storm, and imagine if I would have pushed you a little bit harder. I didn't want you in my revolution. You just wanted to show that I can manipulate any woman the way I wanted to, and I can have any woman in my revolution. This adds some intrigue because there's a report that also James Storm and Magnus are done. So I was like, well, wait, they're here now. But I'm confused. But I'm interested to see who the woman is that joins the revolution, and I'm hoping it's someone new. Like that would be nice. That would be nice, to have someone new kind of come in and join the revolution. Um, you know, Vicky says, I can't thank you for one more thing, and that's promising these people one more match. Go find that woman and bring her to this ring. So, we are going to get the match from Mickie James. So that's kind of cool. That kind of gives us more insight to where this feud was going, I guess. Rabbit, you got any Rabbit, you got any Jones on this? Rabbit, you got any thoughts on this?
I think this right here, this feud was one of the best feuds of the year. Because anytime feud you got Magnus and Storm, every time they out there, the mic is crisp. It's real important zone, man. Crisp mic work, man. You know what I'm saying? And when these two in a program together wrestling and mic work, it's precise and clean. And with his wife in it, Mickie James, she crisp, no botching. I mean, this pro wrestling. Them three right there is pro wrestling. Is what I'm talking about, man. Where it's no botching. Everything.
Oh, well, technical difficulties. We're going to have to black out the screen for the rest of the show. No, Casey, you got any thoughts on that? I'll get the rest of his thoughts when he comes back. Make sure to unmute your mic, by the way.
If you don't mute me all the time, I won't have to unmute. Anyway, it seems somehow it's always your fault. It's never my fault. This is your show. But I was confused because we did that video a couple days ago about the reports of people leaving, rumors and whatever. So I had thought that, Storm and Magnus were leaving, and now they're continuing, and I was like, what the hell is going on right now? But, I'm excited. It's still really, like, this feud is still kind of, puzzling, because there's still, there's no clear answers. There's no, he obviously wanted to, show that he can manipulate a woman, but why? There's still questions there, which fits his character, which fits the revolution. You don't really know 100%, what they're thinking, why they do what they do. So I'm happy that he's staying apparently. Just because, for one, he is one of the last, originals from, the original days in TNA. So losing him would suck. And just, keeping that kind of, because he is good in the ring and he's also really good on the mic, along with Magnus. Magnus is pretty good on the mic, I think. So just keeping those guys, even if it's just to kind of, help put over younger guys at this point, because there's not much that either of these guys haven't done in TNA. And I don't know if they would really go to WWE or anything. I don't know if WWE would use them anyway, well, because they are, older than the average, guy on, NXT. So I don't know that WWE would really use them if they left. But I'm excited just to see what they're doing with them. If they continue this feud, if there is a female joining the Revolution, if Joseph Park is joining the Revolution, I don't know. He was back for a week and then I don't know. But yeah.
All right. Rabbit, did you have any more thoughts on that? I know you got kind of taken away.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now I just want to talk about what's his name? Koya. I think his name Koya,
Yeah,
right?
Koya. Yeah.
The one with James Storm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now I think they got something right there. Now he not ready. He a long ways from being ready. But they got something there. They got something there. James Storm and Max, like I said, man, them two right there, you can't ask for nothing better than those two feud, man. I mean, then the match they had at Slammiversary was off the charts. So you couldn't even ask for nothing to blow off a feud better than that, man. I mean, these two are money. You know what I'm saying? But I think they need to add somebody to the Revolution, a female, for not just for Mickey James, just for period. They should have a female added on in there to their group.
Yeah, I think she kind of got to be a little bit rugged though. Like I think they got to find somebody that's kind of not like she can't be like terribly beautiful or anything because like it wouldn't look right with the kind of demeanor of the Revolution. She's got to be a little bit rugged. Like if they still had like Roxy Lamel, if you guys remember her, like she would be perfect for the Revolution just because she was so kind of off kilter a little bit. But next we got a little shot of EC3 training, just kind of reiterating to us that this show is a big, a big show, and that we got a big main event coming. But we get the Dirty Heels versus the Wolves in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Casey, I'm gonna let you take this one because I thought you would be excited about a 30-minute Iron Man match. I don't know if you really were, but I'm gonna let you take it anyway. And if you weren't, then you weren't.
Going into it, I was. Going into this match, I was extremely excited. I love Iron Man matches. I love other matches that we haven't necessarily seen in a while that we don't see much anymore. Iron Man match, Last Man Standing. Those good matches that lasted long and were exciting and really showed the talent in a performer. Somehow, TNA managed to ruin it for me though. And the only reason is because I like Iron Man matches where there's lots of pinfalls. That it shows that these guys can beat each other. So there's a high number of pinfalls. So because I don't like the ones where they're really low. Because it shows that they are tough and they can't necessarily really one up each other. But it just gets boring after a while to me. I didn't like that there was only 3 pins in this whole match, and the first fall came I think it was 26 minutes into the 30-minute match. I didn't like that, but I was happy that the Wolves won. I I hope they keep this feud going because I think these guys work well together. The Wolves and the Dirty Heels, and plus. We're again at another point in TNA where the tag team division is kind of lacking right now. Jeff Hardy, he's my boy, but he had to go break his leg because smacked up boy upside his head. And there's not really, I can't even think of many other tag teams that they have right now. So it's like, what else do they do with the tag titles unless they make more tag teams? Which they're not doing, So I'm happy that the Wolves won the titles. Hopefully they keep this feud going because, like I said, these two teams are really good together. They put on exciting matches. like I was saying the past couple weeks, they could have done like a best out of 35, and I would have been happy because every match there's something new. Every match was keeping me excited, keeping me entertained, except for just this, and nothing against this match. This was a great match. I just didn't like that there was only 3 pins in an Iron Man match. I felt like there should have been more, just to show that they can beat each other and, who can best each other the most, you know what I mean? But I'm excited to see more of these guys together, or more tag teams, because I miss tag team wrestling.
Yeah, I actually like this match. I like the style of it because I felt like it was different. I feel like you always, with Iron Man matches, for the most part, you get those high-scoring Iron Man matches, and I thought it was just a nice change. You don't see them a lot, so and I feel like I understand where Casey's coming from because you don't see them a lot. You want to see them the way you want to see them, but I felt like it was a nice change to kind of show how hard it was to really get falls in this series. There were some really nice moves in this, in this tag team match here. I really liked it, definitely. Rabbit, you got any thoughts on this Iron Man match where we crown new tag team champ?
I love this match right here. This is why I still watch pro wrestling for real. Stuff like this. When you turn this on, this right here is what you want to show people. Let's say you hanging with your mans and them, and they don't watch pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? They come over your house, chill with you, and you turn that on. You know what I'm saying? You can leave that on. You feel me? And they be like, damn, I ain't know wrestling was still on. Damn, this is all right. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can turn that on and be like, man, you still watching wrestling? You know what I'm saying? They don't give you that vibe when you look at this. Man, you got Davey. He was coming across. He was doing the what's that? Van Daminator joint. When he come across and hit you with the joint from the other side of the corner and all that, man. I mean, then they was going back and forth. The last chancery. I mean, man, you can't ask for no more than this. Then it went 30 minutes of it. Oh man, stop playing. But my thing is with Davey and Rich and the Wolves. First when they came in, I ain't like because they couldn't talk on the mic. Oh, I mean, their mic work was in the trash. It was garbage already. You ain't had to pull it out of the trash. It was just terrible mic work, yeah. But so far it's starting to get better and better. The short one, his mic work is good now. The other one coming on a little bit too slow. But the short, I think his name Davey. The short one is Davey, right?
Yeah.
His mic is getting a little better. So I think he should go solo for real. I think they split these two up. Davey should go solo. I think he money, man. He money. Be honest with you, I think my man's slowing him down for real, man. It comes to a point with some tag teams where it's a hot spot where you tag teaming too long and somebody is going to suffer from it. You feel what I'm saying? Like addiction. There's a good tag team, but now it's going too far. You should let Kazarian be a singles man by now. He try to blow up on his own. I think right now, like, because Daniel's old. Daniel's like, what, 45 or something? You know what I'm saying? So to me, he dragging Frankie Daniels down, Frankie Kazarian down, because to me, I think Frankie Kazarian should go ahead and try to be a single star. You know? It comes a point in tag teams like the Wolves, somebody got to break off. You know what I'm saying? And be that star they're supposed to be. And I think Davey is it. His mic work, he done 100% on the mic, and he's beast in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's time for him to break off. I don't think there's nothing else they can do it. We don't see it enough. With the Wolves, you know what I'm saying? Enough of them, for real. So I think this one right here, they should bring up some type of tag that comes up and smash it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it has to be the Revolution. If somebody had to break.
Yeah, Casey.
Yeah, I have to agree. And mentioning Frankie Kazarian reminded me. Not that I wanted Eddie to be injured, but I was actually happy when he was out because I was excited for Davey to have that singles run. I was excited for him to get to the X Division, maybe help bring the X Division up again because the X Division it's nowadays it feels like it's just a ticket to the world title. They can cash in for the world heavyweight championship, but that title, that division, is what built TNA. You know, if they hadn't had the X division, TNA would not be where it is today. It wouldn't have lasted 3 years, I don't think. You know, but the fact they had a division where they, it's not no weight limits, it's no limits. And all those guys, Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, they all were a part of that, which is why it reminded me of it. I would love to see a guy like Davey Richards go, as singles and help, bring legitimacy back to the X Division and bring eyes back to the X Division title. Because, like I said, right now they're just using it as a ticket to the World Heavyweight title, and I hate that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start putting a bunch of names in a hat and pulling names out of them or something, because they they don't have enough tag teams to do that right now. I mean, I could see if they maybe ramp up the tag team division to where we have more, even if they're not like legitimate yet. Like
Yeah.
still I mean, they could do something. I'm hoping maybe with the maybe this GFW TNA thing, maybe they'll get some tag teams over or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully, because I agree. I think Davey, as much Eddie, I think Davey was really doing good on his own too. Um, but next we got the Knockouts title match, a three-way match. We had Awesome Kong versus Brooke versus Taryn Terrell. If you guys didn't notice, the Pope was struggling over there. The doghouse was coming out. He was like, Josh, just be silent right now. He was, I mean, he was struggling. He was struggling. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the man was struggling. So I was just laughing at him as they walked down the ramp. he was struggling.
I'm gonna tell you,
I
Pokey
just
had
thought
me
it was really
laughing the
funny.
whole time, man. Some of the stuff he say just has me laugh. I'm glad he up there, yeah. He new to this too, so once he get real comfortable, he gonna be funny. Cause it seems like
Yeah,
every other line he has me laughing, man. I'm like, man, he be on point too.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But Brooke comes out and she does her thing and she takes down Taryn. Kong is kind of waiting it out a little bit, throwing some stomps here and there. Terrell, get basically getting taken out. She needs some time outside the ring. She's gonna go, chill with the dolls. Maybe lick that lollipop that Marty Bell got out there. Just give it a lick real quick. Then that gives her the energy to go back into the ring, obviously. But Kong with the headlock on Brooke, I was like, okay, Awesome Kong, I see you with the headlock. I don't know, I ain't never seen Awesome Kong throw one, so I was impressed. Terrell comes back with a missile drop kick though, and then Kong with the palm strike. I was like, am I falling in love again? I was just liking what Kong was doing in this match. It wasn't just all power stuff. It was more like, yeah, it's still power, but power from a different area. Um, Kong going for the splash, but the dollhouse pulls her out. I don't know how they did that. That's a lot to be pulling out. But shout out to the dollhouse for being strong. Nice spear by Brooke. It was beautiful. But if Roman Reigns did that spear, people would be crying. She did a high spear, just as Roman Reigns would do it. But because it's Brooke and she can come out there and shake her butt a little bit, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let y'all know. It's the same spear, right? Come on, agree with me. Come on. Yeah, comment and tell me it's the same spear. Just tell me. Agree with me. All right. But anyway, I liked it though. Nice spear out of the corner. The dollhouse then takes out Brooke. We get a cutter on the ropes into a tan cutter by Taryn Terrell. After the match, the lights go out. Bray Wyatt, no, I'm just kidding. The lights go out, and Gail Kim, it's a video coming out. Playtime is over. I didn't think it was Gail Kim. I don't know. I just thought it was some kind of random video TNA was throwing together and putting on my TV. But it turns out it's Gail Kim, which I thought was really cool. Really, really good way to bring her back into the frame here. Definitely, I thought this match was really good. I liked it. Definitely, some good stuff in this match. I like that Kong kind of mixed it up a little bit. And I, Justin, once again, Juggernaut, you were wrong on this one though. Juggernaut 097, I'm gonna talk to you right here, right now. Um, you told me that Brooke was gonna win this match. So when Terry Terrell won, I was like, that's seriously how I was. Like, I had no idea that Terry Terrell was gonna win this match, but I definitely did like this match. I'm waiting for Brooke's run though. I don't remember Brooke's first run. But I'm waiting for it. They need to go ahead and give me that, please. Thank you, TNA. I'll see you guys later. But any thoughts, Rabbit, on this Knockouts title match where Terrence Harrell is still the Knockouts title champion of the world? Any thoughts?
I love me
All right,
some
I don't know where he
Terrence
went.
Brown, man. You know, right
He,
now,
he had to gather his thoughts. Did you see that?
yeah,
That's what it
I'm gonna have
was.
to let that
He
off.
was taking a
I'm in
breath.
love with Terrence Terrell, but this dollhouse, oh my goodness, man. All three of these girls are sexy. When they come down the aisle, it's new money. I'm looking at them like, wow, this is what I'm talking about. When they come out the ring, I'm like Pope, be quiet, man. You know what I'm saying? Just let me look. You know, when they come out that thing, they ain't no joke, man. But I like this match, man. It was fast paced and stiff. I like this match though. I like Kong. Period. I think Kong the best female wrestler in the world. Even though I love Terrence Terrell, personally, Terrence Terrell, my personal preference is the best in the world. But that's just me. Turn Kong is the best female wrestler in the world to me. And then Gail Kim is next. So and to me, I mean, to have a serious argument, Terrence Terrell got to be in your top five. Anybody top five. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. She got to be in your top five. But my top five, she in the top three. You see what I'm saying? But no, the dollhouse, I love them though. This is the greatest thing since I don't know when in wrestling. I love these women right here, and it can't do nothing but get better because Terrence Terrell wasn't good on the mic at all at first. Now she dynamite. You give her the mic, it's flawless. She's bossless. It's crisp. She can start to get like Bobby Roode in them now. You know what I'm saying on that mic, just clean. I'm like, dang. But yeah, but I like this match. It's time for Brooke to win the belt because I mean, Turn can have the belt for 5 straight years without losing it. You know what I'm saying? She done had it like 300 days. Enough is enough. You know. So I think she should lose it, and then the dollhouse should go nuts on the whole roster. You know what I'm saying? And then try to get it back like NWO used to do, terrorize the whole roster. But yeah, I like this match though. Brooke should be champion very soon. She should have it belt very soon though.
Yeah, they can start with me, and then they can expand from there. Uh, but anyway, Casey, you got any thoughts on that? I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah. I mean, I love Brooke. I'm waiting for her to have her, her next title run because she deserves it. I love the Dollhouse. I love their whole, characters. They're kind of, that playful, creepy kind of vibe that they have. But and I love this match. It was just I saw the end of it as I came home from work, so I couldn't really get into it watching the full Impact show, knowing the outcome. But it was good. We saw some kind of new moves from Kong. A little refreshing kind of style from Kong. Because for a while there, it was just the typical power kind of game that she had. And I was surprised that Taryn did retain. I was expecting her to lose and kind of, have that, uh, have the dollhouse kind of, freak out and kind of attack everybody and, trying to get the title back and just, I think that would have made a better, storyline. I think, it would have been made for a better show just attacking random, knockouts in the back, not even just knockouts, attacking cameramen and whatever, oh wait, no, Bram does that. They can't do that. Sorry.
All right, so am I still on mute? Can't remember. Okay, I'm not. I was so confused for a second there. I was like, I know I muted myself, but I can't remember if I put myself off mute. Anyway, the comedic stylings, DJ Bill. Thank you. Anyway, let's get back to it. We got the interview with Jeff Jarrett, part one. This was not even an interview. This was like one question. Like I could have went up to him and asked him this one question. Come on, Mike Tenay. Don't call this an interview. Be like, I asked him one question. That's it. Don't tease me with an entire interview and then come up to me with one question. Come on, man. I'm just saying. I don't know how y'all feel, but I wanted more, which is what you want. I guess that's what they're doing. They want us to want more. Um, but yeah, Mike Tenay says, "What you won? You obviously had a big week. But what basically you winning the Kingdom Mountain title, winning that match, what does that mean for the future of TNA and Global Force Wrestling? Um, Jeff Jarrett basically says there is a future between GFW and TNA, and it's gonna shock some people. And I'm like, tell me more. And then they leave, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I got the popcorn ready and everything. I mean, I saved a little bit for the world title match, but this was what I was ready for. But anyway, what was Rabbit? What was your thoughts on this interview, this snippet of an interview, this question?
I'm starting to think now that first of all, that DFW stuff, that's nothing. It's just puffing the air. What's going on here? I think they doing just like the House of Hawk when Tommy Dream was producing the whole shows and stuff, right? And he had his little side thing, the hardcore, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he got, House of Hardcore. I think all he's doing is they probably made Jeff Jarrett off of the producer. The same thing. And what he thinking of doing is mixing up GFW with the thing. And once she bring people in, she let them do whatever they want to do. That's why I like Dixie. She let people come in and do you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna yank you out of here once it start looking like it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? The same way she did. See, to me, when everybody be getting on her about bringing people in or doing this and that, it's her trying things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you was a millionaire right now and you own a wrestling company, you ain't gonna, and you don't know nothing about wrestling. I know goddamn well you gonna call Bruce Pritchard. You gonna try him. You gonna try Cornette. You gonna try Vince Russo. You gonna try all these people with your money to get this thing popping. The only problem she made a mistake at is she trusts these people, man. Like right now, she trusting Jeff Jarrett to come in here. She let him wear his little GFW shirt. She don't care. You know what I'm saying? She in 200 countries. This man can't even get in Las Vegas. She ain't tripping off him. She gonna help him blow this thing up. That's what she gonna do. And she can use this as her NXT. You know what I'm saying? Or they can exchange and have people where she can have somebody that ain't ready. Go GFW. You know what I'm saying? That go down there and work. It's instead of coming on screen fucking up, you know what I'm saying, messing things up. You know what I'm saying? So I like this. I like this whole thing, what she got going on. I just think Jeff Jarrett is going to be producing everything. I think that's what's going on here. That's what's going on there. As him producing, he going to be putting in the GFW angles in here. That's all I see was happening here.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer is actually still a scout for TNA, I'm pretty sure, like scouting talent and stuff like that. Because a lot of the talent...
I don't think he's producing no more. Yeah, you're right.
Is he not? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But actually, he is. I looked on because when they were talking about this GFW TNA thing, they said that a lot of the talent is upset because they didn't use Tommy Dreamer because Tommy Dreamer, is working with the TNA talent directly. They just kind of desperately, I guess you could say, went for Jeff Jarrett. But anyway, Casey, you got any thoughts on this interview? Question.
I'm excited. I would always pick Jarrett over Dixie anyway. Jarrett and his dad started TNA. Like was his company, originally. So having him back just for nostalgia was exciting. But now that we might have GFW and TNA working together, or possibly, in some way merging, I don't know, would be cool because GFW has a lot of good talent. If you look on their roster, they have a lot of good talent on there. Yeah, I mean, I know you're going to say, they're not on the weekly show, they're not, on cable, whatever. That doesn't take away from their talent. That doesn't take away from them being good in the ring. That doesn't take away mic skills that they already have. That doesn't take away characters that they already have. They have legitimate guys on there that are legitimately talented. So that could help TNA, and it'll help GFW too. So it's kind of, I feel like it's a win-win situation if they do it right.
Right now. Can come in right now. And either be an activist or heavyweight champ right
now. The Young Bucks could come in. Chris Sabin can come in. I can go on the website right now and name like 10 people that could come in and be X Division champion right now.
Young Bucks and GFW.
What?
Young Bucks and GFW.
Yeah, they're in GFW. I mean, there are some guys that are from GFW that actually can compete because a lot of those guys and some of those guys came from Ring of Honor too. Like they came from Ring of Honor, so they do have a little bit of television experience. Even Ring of Honor's been on syndication for a while, as far as being on a local network, being ABC or wherever they show it, wherever you are. Cause I don't know, it's all confusing. But yeah, Casey, while you're looking that up, we're gonna get to the main event, and we'll discuss this in a minute. We got EC3, my boy, been waiting for this match for so long, versus Kurt Angle. If anyone is a fan of this podcast, you know this was my feud. Like even like I don't know, it was like a year ago or something like that. I'm like I've been waiting for this feud for so long. Every time this feud happens, we get Kurt Angle gets, and that's usually what would happen. He would have a knee issue or something like that, so I wouldn't get this feud. But I was just so excited for this match. The build of this feud has been what I've been looking for. But we saw EC3 kind of get the advantage early, and he would kind of taunt, he would kind of pander to the fans, he would kind of play around. And I don't know, if you guys felt this way, but I have hated this crowd the entire time they've been in Orlando. But they were alive and well. Like somebody, hit the needle in them or something. Like they were alive and well for this match. There was chanting. There was a lot of things in this match, and I was like, okay, the crowd has arisen. The crowd has risen, so I was excited. But Angle working the arm makes sense. EC3 had that arm injury not too long ago. EC3 comes back with a shot to the nose, a couple of shots, like stiff shots to the nose by EC3 in this match. Angle gets the Germans. He gets the slamming, starts hitting you with the bellies to bellies, the Germans. It's so many, I can't even say it. Bellies to bellies is not even a real thing. I just made that up just now by accident. So, he get belly to belly, he get the Germans, everything. EC3 grabs the ropes, but then he's eventually thrown outside the ring. We got that nice little German geet that I love that EC3 does now. Like that move. I wish he would bring back that neck breaker, though. That's what I'm looking for. EC3 starts to out-quick Angle a little bit. We get a DDT on the apron by EC3. Love that move. That WWE 2K15 move. I love it. Love it when Bray does it. Love it when EC3 does it. But we get a little bit, longer in the match. Tyrus gets involved as Angle's kind of outside. The 1%ers reverse into the ankle lock. EC3, gets out of the ankle lock, but then he's caught with more Germans. Suplex, repeat, I guess you could say. Tyrus looking to distract. EC3 is thrown into Tyrus. We get the Angle slam for a long 2 on EC3. We get the ankle lock again. Hebner is hit by a belly-to-belly where I think it was Angle's leg hit him. It was Angle or EC3. I can't remember who actually hit him. Tyrus comes in, hits I don't know what to call this move for some weird reason. The big ending, that's what I call it. Shout out to Big E for that one. 1%er for a long 2 by EC3. EC3's face after that was like, what? He just kicked. I think EC3 probably had one of the best shocked faces as far as, someone kicking out of their finisher. Like, I loved his reaction. I was like, wow, there we go. I like it. Tyrus brings in the chair, but Tyrus does end up getting thrown out. We get the 1%er once again, but it's reversed. Angle rolls through the powerbomb attempt, and we get the ankle lock on EC3. Angle grapevines the leg, and you know what that means. It's over, people. But Angle makes a crucial mistake here, and he stands back up. EC3 fights it off. Then Angle tries for the Angle slam. That's reversed into a leverage pin for the win by EC3. So EC3 finally, he needs to keep doing it. He needs to do that more often. That repeat thing where he repeats words over and over again so we get it. He needs to do that. When he comes out next week, he needs to say, I'm the champ. He needs to say it multiple times for me to get it. But definitely, I'm so excited to see EC3 win the title. And I like this match. I did. I like that EC3 brought out, all he could bring out. We got a lot of long 2s. Kurt Angle is probably the best in the business at selling the long 2. Whereas, EC3 did a great job of selling the long 2s in this match as well. Definitely, this was the match that I was excited for. I was definitely excited. I felt like EC3 would win. I felt like the undefeated streak wasn't coming to an end just yet. If you guys don't know, if you haven't checked the Impact Wrestling website or the Twitter page, EC3 will be defending the title 3 times next week, which is unfair, unfair, unfair. It's a conspiracy. Lil Jimmy is behind this. R-Truth, King, what's up? I don't care what they're calling you. Lil Jimmy, Lil Jimmy. He is in on this. But I was definitely excited for this match. I thought this match was, it was really good. Good work by EC3. EC3, has worked so hard, and I'm so excited because he's worked so hard to get to this point. If you look at where he's been with NXT, getting released, then coming to TNA, having to work through his injuries and everything like that. Not that everybody else hasn't worked hard. I've just personally firsthand seen EC3 work hard from stage to stage. So, Rabbit, you got any thoughts on EC3 being your new world champ? So I'm excited.
I love the match. I loved it. It was stiff, crisp, botchless. I love when stuff is botchless. I don't see no botching, and everything is just crisp. And first of all, Kurt Angle, Nate, when you watch him in this match, you realize why he champ. Just because his age or whatever it is, you don't see that when you see this motherfucker German suplexes. I don't know how many he did, what, 13, 14 of them joints? You gotta have some stamina to be doing all that, man. You know what I'm saying? So for his age, he's a beast. With that said, man, I gotta give my man credit. Even though I don't like EC3, I never did like him. But from the beginning when he came into the TNA to now, you have watched good booking, good writing, and good development of a character, dog. This is how it's supposed to be done. If you watch EC3 from the day he walked in TNA to today, that's how you supposed to do it. Now it's on him. Everything is on him now. You the champ now, dog. Now, show us that you can carry the company. Because you got the tools. But see, if you drop the ball, that's, you know what I'm saying, like my man from the Bromance. You see how now he on his own now. What's his name? He called himself the man now, Mr. Spectacular. Now, they broke up. He on his own now. You see what I'm saying? It's on you now. Just same thing with EC3. It's on you now. They prepped you real good for a year. Him and Mr. Spectacular. But if you be honest, Mr. Spectacular dropping the ball a little bit. But EC3, he don't score touchdowns. He shooting 2-point conversions and all that, man. He trying to coach and everything now. So I like him. I like his character, and he on point, man. When you think of pro wrestling, this is what you're looking for. Everything. Entertainment, mic work, stiff in the ring, precise. He money. So you got to get it to him. He supposed to have his belt right now. Now, it's up to him to carry it. See, I love Bobby Roode is my favorite male wrestler, period. Bobby Roode is a beast, but he can't carry no company, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he has no personality. He's just that guy that he'll knock your teeth down your throat. You know what I'm saying? That person is played out, you know? So he my favorite wrestler, but you got to be honest on certain things. He can't do that. Now, EC3 as a character, you could take him out of TNA and put him on TV right now, and people will try to figure out, who is this dude, man? You know what I'm saying? Just off his character alone. Bobby Roode don't have a character, so he can't take you but so far. Run around saying, I'll knock your teeth down your throat. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to work all the time. The EC3 character, he could be on TV. He could be on Late Night with David Letterman. You know what I'm saying? You can stick him on TV. This is when you make money. This is why I be trying to tell people, man. It's levels to this. TV, you go on late night shows, Fox News. You're not going to do that from the independent scene. So that's not going to happen. So you got to work your way through just like EC3 just did, man. And you want the blueprint to be a professional wrestler. This is the blueprint right here. He just did it. To be a champion, this is it right here. So I give him big credit, man. And he should be back there telling everybody younger than him or whoever just coming in, look what I just did. This is what you should be doing, man. And that's how you be champ. Simple as that. He did it. Big ups, man. Big ups to the new TNA champ. But now you got to worry about Bobby Lashley and all these clowns. Now you in trouble.
He ain't in trouble. He undefeated, man. He's the champ. I'm going to take a line from Jay Lethal. This championship is going to be important because he has it. I just wanted to say that because Jay Lethal says that. Anyway, Casey, you got any thoughts on this?
It was a good match. I'm still not a huge fan of EC3. I like him a little bit more. I never was a huge fan of his. But I'm just excited to see what they do because, as you know, DJ and anyone who's watched the podcast for a while, I like when somebody new comes into the title picture. Somebody new gets the title, not just when the same five guys hot potato the title. You know what I mean? It's the same guys over and over again, like over in WWE 90% of the time. So I like when somebody new gets the title, so we see a new, title reign. And I think it could be a good title reign, especially with the character EC3. I'm just excited to see what they do with them.
Agreed. Um, I just hope it doesn't. This is another heel run. And we got two big for TNA, two big heel run comparisons to make from this. This could be a Magnus heel run where he gets help through every match, and TNA, I will be upset. I probably won't stop watching, but I will be upset if you do this to my boy.
He had to turn face, man. EC3, he have to. They can't hold this genie in the bottle too much longer. This man, we talking about when you having technical difficulties, they screaming out EC3. You know what I'm saying? This man ain't even outside. It's not even time for him to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, he has to turn face. Him, Dixie, they got together. They have to be face. And once he turns, he's going to blow up. I'm telling you, they got to face. No way. The crowd down. Let them heal. He has to get engaged. Oh up. I'm telling you, they and they ready to blow. I never even since Hogan screaming stuff. Man, this guy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, has to turn on the line, turn face, from some kind of reason. I have wait to his death.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. Casey, you got any thoughts on turning face? I don't see.
I don't necessarily agree with it either because a lot of guys, fans chant for them and root for them more when they're heels because they like them as heels better. A lot of fans like heels more anyway, because when you're a face, and I've said it many times, being a heel is a lot easier because all you have to do is rile up the crowd. All you have to do is insult the crowd, whatever. Being a face, you have to, there's a lot more, it's more strict. You have to keep the fans happy. You have to be the good guy all the time. And
I disagree with him because his personality, you gotta realize he's not really. EY is a heel. That's a heel. James, that's a heel. He's just a heel because that would make him a heel.
Okay.
So he won't even be a heel. Mate.
One thing. Go ahead, Casey. I'll get my
I was just gonna say they don't necessarily have to turn him heel. They could do basically an Austin thing. Austin, a lot of the time, wasn't necessarily a heel or a face. He was kind of in that gray area where, he beat the shit out of Austin or of McMahon, but he wasn't necessarily, pandering to the fans. They could do something like that with him, with that EC3.
EC3 is not heel. When he got it. Him personally, cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's just his personality. It's just a prick. You got money.
See, I don't know. This is my thing.
Not like EY. He had power drive. So that's a long switch to change him to heel. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
EC3 is he on the borderline of heel and face. He's not really a heel. You know what
but
I'm saying?
I don't know if I would say that though, because if you look at EC3, he's been built so like okay, fan base wise, he may be like in between because people are growing on him because basically EC3 is a troll. Is what EC3 is. When he gets on the mic, he can troll anyone in the business and probably stand up to a lot of people on the mic. He's improved so much. But I feel like they've built this heel character for him so much that there's got to be like a culmination of it, especially with the title. You know, that's what he's been working for as a heel for so long. Um, I don't know.
If
But
he used his attitude, his personality against like EY, him and EY go against each other, the crowd gonna be behind him automatically. So he can use his personality against EY. So you still have the same personality. He'll still be that prick, but against the wrestlers and not the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So he'll
yeah,
still be the same, but he's going against wrestlers now, one on one
yeah,
against Rude.
that's because
You know what I'm saying?
But that's because EY
Fake.
spits at the crowd and does the little nose rockets or whatever. Like EY does a lot of things.
That would still technically be the Austin thing, though. I feel like that would be more towards the Austin type thing, where he's still not a face, but he's not a heel. He's a heel towards his opponents or towards authority, whatever. I feel like that's still more of a kind of an Austin. Even at some points The Rock. You know, but that's just my opinion on that.
Everybody that was in betweener. Hogan was an in betweener. It was the same thing. He was a heel against all his opponents. The same thing with The Rock. That's all. You can't be a heel on TV. You can't take James Storm on news in the morning. He's talking about hitting people in the head with bottles. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying now? You want to blow up where you can put people on certain avenues that people not watching wrestling. You know, and you can't stick anybody anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if you stick EC3 on ESPN in the morning one time in first take, he will blow up if he take his personality on their TV. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Bobby Roode couldn't do nothing like that because he bland. So if you was to put EC3 on somebody, stick a Cooking Network, and he just pop up with his suit on and with towers behind him, people won't know what the hell what TV, what channel he on. You know what I'm saying? Where he at? You gonna want to know what he doing? What is this, wrestling? What channel he on? He money, Slim. Trust me. He got to turn either halfway or face. He have to. And Dixie. Dixie done went through a table. So her coming back, everybody gonna feel sympathetic to her anyway. So it's gonna be hard for her to be a heel when she get back. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make some type of switch.
See, I already know he big money. Cause he's the champ, darn it. He's the champ. He's the champ. But anyway, let's wrap this up. EC3 is the new champ. He's the champ. And I'm definitely excited. Definitely, I feel like Rabbit is a mad debater. So honestly, we got some videos coming where debate is up there. Women's wrestling. That we also got the Cena rant coming soon. I think that's one people look forward to. So let me shout out the people who commented real quick because I didn't get a chance to shout them out if I can find them because I hope I can. Because definitely I was excited to see that there were some people watching and commenting live. Definitely Rain Lazy 92. I appreciate your comment, bud. He says amazing tag team Iron Man match with the Wolves and the Dirty Heels. I agree. Also, and Clover Cold, 89 says I think Drew and Eli Drake can be main eventers in TNA. I definitely agree. I think Drake may need a little bit more time. Drew definitely. He's got all the experience in the world. Great tag team match. So I agree with all that. Anybody else have any comments to leave them in the section below the video because that's where you leave it. And if you haven't subscribed already, we had some terrific debating here, and we will be sure to have some more debating later in the days and such. But if you guys can please just leave it in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to this channel. Follow us on Twitters, each of us individually. Rabbit Jones, I'm going to let you go ahead and shout out. I know you got a YouTube channel where you talk some TNA stuff too, so I'm going to let you go ahead and shout out yourself out real quick.
This is Rabbit Jones Twitter, and I appreciate you letting me come on here and rap some wrestling TNA with you. Hope you hit me up again so we can do this again. And same thing, Rabbit Jones Twitter, same thing.
All right, guys. So good TNA show tonight. I really think it was really good. And there you go. He's the champ. He did it. Just probably TNA on the front. He did it, darn it. I'm out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bet.